Host Leslie Ross. With me is my producer Jay Wesley Lindley. Let's get mental.
You can't walk back here after you leave.
And don't forget to press record.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Delete this.
Unless you're working overnights, you could be overnight on air.
Anyway,
I think
okay.
it doesn't even make sense for me to go home at this point.
Yeah, like I was working. You ready to start? I got questions.
Sure. Let's get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hey Therapist. Laney J's here with me again by force.
No, I'm happy to be here. I'm glad that I'm up and here. I got up at 8 o'clock this morning,
Aw.
and I was still late.
What time do you normally get up?
4:30.
Okay, that's what I
5.
was thinking.
Yeah, yesterday I slept in a little bit, but then I had to get up and go volunteer somewhere. So, but anyway, it was cool. It was cool.
Ooh.
I got up. I was ready.
Volunteering?
Well, yeah, you got to help out every now and then.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Anything fun?
No,
Oh. Outside?
it was outside.
The weather was
But
decent yesterday.
yeah, it was cool. It was the weather is beautiful.
Oh, loving it.
Yeah, me too. If it was like this all the time, I mean, it could even be in the 70s during the day, and I'd be happy.
Sure.
But yeah, no, I love the weather.
Yeah. I woke up this morning. I went outside to take my trash out, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's nice.
chilly.
That's right.
I mean, I know it's going to be like 80-something today.
Yeah,
but
I think
still,
83 is the
yeah,
high today.
That's not terrible. I'll take it.
We're having an outside birthday party, so I hope it stays down.
Yes.
They have a bounce house, and they delivered that at like 7:30 this morning.
Ew.
Yeah,
They say you paid for all day.
the all day. They don't come take it down till dark,
Oh, wow.
like right before dark, just so they have enough time to take it down.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess if you pay whatever you pay for that it's...
it's like for that one, it's like $300 for the entire day.
Oh, well, that's not... I mean, at least you do actually get it for the entire day.
Yeah,
They're not coming and sitting up for like 2 or 3 hours.
Right,
And they're
yeah.
like, okay,
That
let's
wouldn't
pack
be-
it in.
that wouldn't be good.
So, what questions you got?
How you been?
I've been good.
You know, I'm nosy.
Yeah?
Is there things that are off limits here?
No, there's nothing off limits.
Do you have a sweetheart?
I do.
Okay.
I do have a sweetheart right
Okay.
now.
All right.
My gentleman caller.
I seen a picture
Uh-huh.
and I thought it was someone else.
Mm.
And I clarified that with Jay. I said, "Hey, is that the?" No, that's not him. Okay, cool. So, and I've heard a little bit, and I thought that's really sweet.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, it's nice. I went out and visited on Labor Day weekend, and it rained. I mean, it's Florida, so it always rains some,
Yeah.
but it rained a lot. Like, they're getting odd, unseasonable, like more rain than normal. So we didn't get to do as much like beach time or boat time or any of that, but we hung out and got to go on date nights, which didn't involve, watching TV together on FaceTime.
Aw.
Which is what it normally is. So yeah, we went out a few nights and then we took the boat out and he showed me around Fort Myers and Fort Myers Beach area and then like the little river thing. I don't know what it's called. It has some weird name. Their names are like Louisiana names. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
things
They're
you
different.
can't pronounce.
Yeah.
And it's where the manatees usually are, but the water's too hot right now, so we didn't see any manatees. But yeah, it's a really good time. He's very sweet. He opens my doors and
That's awesome.
pulls out my chairs and does
You know,
the things.
that is, I don't remember the correct term for it, but my nephew is 16. He's on his second girlfriend, real girlfriend, you know what I mean? But both of them have told me how nice he is, that he opens the door for them, whether it's getting in the car, going to a restaurant. And I'm just like, I think to myself, my brother didn't do that. So it had to have come from just him learning from, maybe his mom, because I know his mom is real big about him being a gentleman.
Yes.
And I just think, because initially I thought, it's just this one girl because he's crushed on her for years.
Sure.
But no, it's
He's just
not.
that guy.
He's just a sweet guy. And I think that's great.
Me too. It's a lost art.
Yeah, it
For
is.
sure.
Yeah, absolutely. My dad still does that for my mom.
Yeah.
So, and mom said he always has. So, I mean, I think it's cool.
Yeah. It's really hard, I think, because I've been alone for a long time. And dating some of the guys that I've dated, there haven't been that way.
Yeah.
And I'm also very like, let's just go. Like, let me just get in the car. Let me get. So
yeah, me too.
He will like stop me. He'll be like, stop it. And like open the door. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, fine, whatever. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you. I'll stop and let you open my door.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't know what to do with that either.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, what do I?
And I'm kind of like you.
I just stand here and wait. Like,
I'm kind of like you. Let's just go.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a woman. I can take care of myself. You don't have to open the door for me. But it's really, really nice that he makes you let him open the door.
yes.
I like that.
He does.
Cool.
He
All right.
makes me. And he's really good because I'm a big physical touch person. We talked about that. And he is also. So he is a hand holder and puts his arm around me like when we're sitting or walking or we're sitting somewhere. He always tries to like hold my hand or like have a hand on me, which is also really nice.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. I know some people are not, which is fine.
Right. Which, you're like you said, that's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you're like that, you definitely want somebody else that's like that.
Yes.
All right. So I have one more question.
Mm-hmm.
This man is how many miles away?
1,188
Okay.
to be exact.
We're 1,100 miles away. What if this grows into something super serious?
That's a very good question. I mean,
You're just smiling and glowing.
stop.
I hope he listens to this.
I don't know if he actually listens or not. It's
Well,
probably better if he doesn't.
If he does, you got cool points.
It's better if he doesn't listen. No, I don't know. I mean, before I moved home, before this job, I had actually been looking at jobs and moving to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Like living on the ocean, like close to the beach.
Beautiful.
It's on my bucket list. It's ideal for me. I don't know.
Okay.
I have a good job here. I like my job. Do I like it more than having a good relationship? No.
Right. And that's good. You shouldn't.
Like, I know some people would take the trade-off of having a good relation or a better job than a relationship, but I can find a job. I found this one, I found this job when I was looking. I'll find another one if I'm looking. So yeah, he does own part of a company in Florida.
Okay.
So him move and his kids are in Florida, and he's fixing to have his first grandchild.
Oh, how
So,
sweet.
I know. He's so excited. He's like Laura when it comes to kids. Like, I mean, he is just over the moon. He cannot wait. So him moving, I mean, I know all of my family is here too. I'm not discounting my family for those that listen. I'm not discounting you. But I don't also have a business. I don't have,
Right.
I don't even own my own house right now.
Right.
Like he has all the things he's established there and has been there a while. And so I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I'm cautiously hopeful. I'm not, there's no plans in the works.
Right.
There's no agendas that have been laid out. We're seeing where it goes. And I mean, it's going really well though. Like we're handling long distance as good as you can.
So you're able to, like you said, be on FaceTime?
Yep.
Okay. That makes a difference.
It does.
It really does. I have a friend she's met her granddaughter one time, and that was when she was born. Okay, so she's seen her once since then, and she'll be 2 in January, I think. But they have spent so much time, they video every night. So when she's out there now with her in South Carolina, and the baby is like she sees her every day, and that's because of those videos every night. I know it is, the FaceTime. So it's really cool that we can connect like we never could before.
And I was just in here thinking, like, I don't think we've ever actually just talked on the phone. Maybe in this whole time, I would say I couldn't count on one hand that we've just talked on the phone. Yeah. Like it's always video. Yeah. We video in the morning before I go to work. Like we video at lunch, and then in the evenings we're on video. Or we send, if we're out doing something, we'll send each other pictures. Like it's really different than just talking on the phone. I think that would make it really hard. I don't know that you would have that same connection. I don't really know how people have done long distance like before we had the technology. Like how do you even do
like
that?
You said, you send pictures. When there's
Yeah.
something that reminds you of him or whatever, you can just let him know automatically. Or if there's something in your home that you want to share with him, even though he can't touch it,
Right.
he's still a part of it. And that same for you. So that, I mean, I think it's awesome.
Yeah. It's going really well. We've had our communication bumps, which are difficult, I think, in any long distance relationship too, because you can't just walk in the other room, or it's not like, okay, I'm going to see you later and we're going to talk about this.
Yeah.
Like if you don't answer the phone or I don't answer the phone, we ain't talking.
Right.
And I can be in control of that, which is shitty. Like you shouldn't do that to somebody if you're not.
Right.
Like at least a heads up. Like I'm mad at you. I don't want to talk. Like, you have to communicate what's going on why you're not talking. But there's been bumps, but it's bound to happen.
Yeah, when you're together, you can give him the mad face. You can
Exactly.
and go in another room, and they know.
Right.
Or I'm leaving for a while. You can't do that with the phone. So yeah, you definitely have to say, I don't want to talk to you right now.
Yes, I'm upset about this, or I'm upset about something. I just don't want to talk right now. I'm not ignoring you. I'm not blowing you off. I'm not doing anything, because when you do talk all the time and then you don't hear from them, either way, because we've both been guilty of it. It's like, the fuck? Like, why
what's
are you?
up? Yeah. What's the deal?
Just tell me so I can know what's happening.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, well, she's mad. All right, I need to set it out for a minute and just wait until they're not. Like, I'm on the other end here. I'm waiting. I'll let you know when I'm ready. But so there have been some hiccups, but, we did get to spend a lot of time in the very beginning in person. And this was before we were like dating, before it was a relationship. We were together. For those of you that don't listen, we did meet on a trip. So we spent, time together talking and learning about each other before it was even relationship or dating or anything was even a thought.
Yeah.
It was just real talk, getting to know someone before there was ever this relationship expectation, or you were, putting your best foot forward, where you were trying to not tell that part of yourself, or hide something because you're like, oh, I may want to date this person and I don't want them to know that yet.
Yeah.
That feral part of yourself.
That's good that you had that, though. That makes a big difference.
It really does. And I don't think we would be in the spot that we are as far as, I don't want to say as committed in the relationship as we are, if not for that.
Right.
Because we did have this opportunity to get to know each other and then build on that.
Yeah.
And so he's come out here. I went out there. I'll see him soon. And then I'll go out there for his birthday, and then it's my birthday, and then holidays. Cool. So, and
he's got a September, October birthday?
October.
Oh, and you're right there in November? Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
We're both Scorpios.
Oh,
he's barely a Scorpio. He's barely there.
All right, he's on the edge.
he's on the edge.
He doesn't count. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Well, I'm glad. I'm happy for you. You're glowing. You look very happy.
Thanks, I am.
So I didn't realize that. I thought, like I said, that he was someone else. And so I was like, so Leslie's seeing somebody, and he was like, yeah. Well, and then Jay said, well, they've been seeing each other. He's been out here. She went out there, and I'm like, well, they had a picture together, and it looked like Florida. It did not look like Oklahoma. So that's what I knew you had been down there. That's really cool, though.
Yeah, it's going. It is going really well. I'm very happy. He says he's happy. I don't know. That's all I can go off of.
I bet he is.
And he puts up with my shit. So
yeah,
okay. I can be a lot sometimes.
We can't ask for more.
No, it's fine.
Put up with this bullshit.
That's
good.
Right. Yeah. Like you can tolerate my moods, and I mean, in my defense, I always, preface my moods like, listen, I'm cranky, and this is irritating me.
Yeah.
And it's nothing that would normally irritate me, but I'm like, your face is irritating me. Not really.
Well, yeah, right.
Click. Just can't look at you. Turn the camera around.
Yeah.
Let me watch TV. Let me watch your TV.
Yeah, that's right. That's hilarious. I want to watch what you're watching. I don't want to look at you. That's funny.
No, we haven't got to that point. But yeah, it's been really good. It feels like it's been way longer than it has been. But yeah,
I love those kind of people.
I do too.
That you just... Because not everybody's like that.
Mm-mm.
Some people, you feel like you got to peel them back like an onion. And other people, I mean, you may have to do that, but I don't know how to put it. It's just, you just mesh so well together, and it just feels like you've known them. I love those kind of people.
Yeah, me
So
too.
That's awesome.
Me too. And even if, like, I feel like even because we were talking about this today, even if, like, I don't think anything would have come from it, like a dating or anything like that, I feel like we would still be friends. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like we would still be talking and keeping up with each other and all of that because I did get to know him so well on the boat and,
That's
you know,
awesome.
just a lot of information. So it was nice. But I went to Florida and spent 4 days. So it was the most time in person we've spent since we were dating.
Yeah.
And so that was good to just, you know, because when he came out here, he had come in like late Friday night, stayed Saturday, and had to leave like Sunday afternoon. So it wasn't a long trip that he got to make out here.
But he made the time.
He did. He
So,
absolutely
that's
did.
awesome.
Flew into an airport, rented a car, and drove to see me.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Sometimes they don't even want to drive across town. So,
Right.
you know, that
Yeah.
tells you something.
Yeah. All right. Well, what next? What are we gonna talk about?
What's going on with you? Anything?
I have this guy
Yeah.
that I've been friends with. The roster's clear because everybody's annoying.
Okay.
Somebody gets on
That
and I kick them
happens.
off. But I have this guy. I don't know if I put him on there or not. We've been friends for about 6 years. And when I met him, he was in another relationship with he was in a relationship with a woman. I love them both.
Mm-hmm.
That, unfortunately, it didn't go well, and he ended up being the one to get hurt. And they've been separated now for almost 2 years. And he's dated a few other people, but nothing has worked out for him. And like we call each other, you know, sometimes he'll call me sis, and I'll be like, no, y'all, that's like my brother. Because I didn't have any romantic feelings for him. And I don't know if I do now.
Sure.
But he's been saying things lately. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? Because it's just weird. It's just those little things like flirting maybe.
Uh-huh.
Whereas we didn't do that before. So I find myself doing it back.
Sure.
But people that have asked me in the past, like, why don't you guys date? I'm like, no. He's like my brother. No. Because, I mean, we're close friends.
Of course. Which is a great foundation.
He has some issues, you know, sometimes that I think I am not dealing with that. So, but he's worked through them slowly and gotten better. I mean, you know, that relationship kind of did a number on him.
Sure.
So he has spent a lot of time trying to recover. And, you know, my kid loves him. She always has, though. She's a lot like him, actually.
Right.
And that's why I'm always, you know, he's like, that's my kid. You know, and we just, you know, we've always said stuff like that. But no, she doesn't call him uncle. I don't get into that weird crap. But it's just, I don't know. I don't know. In my head, I've been thinking, and then I'll go like and not talk to him for 4 or 5 days, which is normal.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk, you know, 4 or 5 days later, and then, you know, we may even, you know, grab some lunch. You know, my kid's always with us because, you know, they love each other. I don't know. It's just weird. And he's just been saying stuff. And I'm like, why are you saying stuff like this? And then he said one thing, and I was like, yeah, that'd be weird. And he's like, yeah, you're right. It would be weird. And
But would it?
I don't know. And then he was saying there's another person that we know that has been passing around some bad things to women.
Ah.
And I was like, can I say that?
Sure. Yeah.
It's like, it's crabs.
You can say
it's
anything.
crabs. Dude's passing
Aw.
around crabs. So I was like, don't be telling me you got crabs like your work buddy. And because I called him a little boy, right?
Uh-huh.
And he was like, I ain't no boy. And I got proof of that. And so I was like, you better keep that proof to yourself. I don't want to see you crabs jumping around like your coworker. And here's what he said. I don't have that. He said, I'm grand champion. I don't remember what he said. Something ridiculous.
He said, I'm a stallion, baby.
And I was like, you know, that would be weird. I was like, all right, send me the dick pic then. That's what I said. And he was like, all right, I'm about to. I was like, no, don't. That would be weird. And that's when he's like, it would be weird, wouldn't it? I'm like, yeah, it would be totally weird. Don't do that. And then I'm thinking in my head, like, would it be weird? We never talked to each other like that before.
Right.
You know? So, and then I'm like, all right, it's nothing. And then a few days later, I get this text that says, are you ready for that pic? And I was like, well, you know, I'm that friend that if you do have crabs and you need me to look at it, you could just drop your shit and I'd look at it, wouldn't think twice about it because I'm just like that. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't matter who. I mean, I hate to say that, but, you know, it'd be the closest person to me could be like, hey, what's this? Okay, well, you got something on your junk. And I would think nothing of it. I would not sexualize it at all.
Right.
You know? So, and he was like, no, I don't have nothing wrong. I'm just trying to send you a pic. And I'm like, don't send me that pic. That'd be weird. And then I'm thinking, would it really be weird?
Would it be?
Would it be weird?
Y'all just need to make out.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, you think that would solve it?
Yeah. Because you're
Okay.
going to know. Like, you're going to know if there's something. Like, you're either going to make out and be like, yeah, no. Or you're going to make out and be like, wait a minute.
Okay.
Now, there's
Okay.
something here. Because I had a really good guy friend. And we hung out all the time. We did all the things. And we really were just like super platonic friends. And one night we were hanging out. And I don't know what we were doing. And it wasn't like a dare or anything. But we were sitting around. And we'd both been drinking. And which, never leads to good things, but not like drunk enough that it was just a bad decision. But we're both like, what would it be like? Because we'd been out with a group of friends, and they're like, why aren't y'all together? And it's like, because we're good friends and we don't want to mess that up. And they were like, well, what if there is something? And I was like, I don't know, let's just make out. So we made out for a minute. We were both like, no,
that's not it.
that ain't it. A high five, brother. Let's keep it moving.
People do not understand that, okay, a guy and a girl can be friends.
Absolutely.
You don't have to be attracted to every swinging dick. I'm sorry, you don't.
And guys aren't attracted to every vagina.
Right.
I mean, they will want to see it. They're not going to turn down to look at it.
That's just dudes. They want to see
like
everybody.
If you're standing there naked, they ain't going to look away.
Well, no,
but that doesn't mean they're going to be like, hey, I'd hit that.
Right. That's right. It's just different for some men and women.
Is. I agree.
So yeah, it's crazy. But okay, maybe we should.
I think y'all just need to make out.
Okay, maybe we should.
And then you would know. And then you already have this great foundation.
We do have a great friendship. He knows. He stayed at my house with me and Nala a few times when he was going through, the spare bedroom, when he was going through some stuff. And the guy that I was talking to at the time was like, why did he stay at your house? I'm like, that's my friend. He's like,
right.
That's like my brother. That nothing going on. And I've always felt like that. Like, I look at him and I don't even think he's cute. But then I'm like, he's a good dude, So I'm thinking, am I missing the boat here? Am I missing an opportunity?
So if you think about having sex with him, like if you picture in your mind having like, ooh, we gonna get it. Like, do you go, oh, no, we ain't? Or is it like, yeah, I could see it.
Like that.
Okay.
Like, I could see it. I'm thinking about it right now. I'm like, well, yeah, I could see that. We could probably I think we would have a good time.
Sure.
Because I know he's a weirdo and I'm a weirdo. Right. So I think I think we'd probably have a good time.
Yeah.
But whether it would, I don't know, be meaningful after that, I don't know. Because I've had sex with a friend before, and it was like, golly,
right.
That was stupid.
Thankfully,
we were able to put that behind us as still best of friends. So, it was okay. But, some people can't do that though.
Right.
So, you just have to be able to move on.
Yes,
so.
and not put so much stock into it. And I think that would be this situation. Be like, listen,
that's it.
We need to this is getting a little flirty. And I'm here for it. I'm not going to turn it down. But, do we move to that next level? Let's find out. And you make out a little bit. Whatever happens, happens. And then you can say, yeah, that's the jam. Or, no, let's just keep it moving. But we could do that again and not let it interfere with her.
Yeah, well, that's true. There's some things that, he's a crybaby about something. I'm like, stop being a crybaby. Laney, you're so mean. I'm like, well, quit being a crybaby about it and just suck it up and go on and you'll be all right. It'll be okay. You just got to deal with it. Mm-hmm. You can't stay down. All right, whatever. And then, 3 weeks later, I did what you said and I feel a lot better. Okay, you can't do that. You cannot wallow in your self-pity. You've got to move on.
So he listens.
He did. He does listen. It just takes him a while. It's almost like he got to think it's his own idea.
That's a man thing for sure.
I don't know, but I think we're both single, so, and like I said, he's dated a couple of girls and I was just like, don't let them do you like that. And it would make me mad because he's a good guy. And sometimes he's too good. Like, you can't let people walk all over you. You can't do that. And sometimes he'll do that. People don't expect him to be that way, but he is. So, but anyway.
Yeah, and it is one of those qualities, because my gentleman caller has the same quality. Like, he's super sweet, and he'll do anything for anybody, and he'll let, fall. And I'm just like, but they're taking advantage of you. Like, don't let people take advantage of you. Don't let people walk all over you,
Right.
And it's one of those qualities you look at, and you're like, okay, I really appreciate the quality that you put yourself out there and you do things for other people and you want to help. But then, like, are you being a people pleaser?
Yeah.
Are you letting people take advantage of you? Like, you need to not let them. Like, what happens when you say no? Because if there's someone that's not taking advantage of you, if you tell them no, they're going to be fine with it.
Right.
But if it's someone that's just using you or taking advantage, you tell them no and start putting up boundaries, they're going to not be around anymore. They're going to stop coming back. They're going to stop talking to you. Well, now you know what kind of friendship it was.
Yeah. Yep. You're absolutely right. Okay.
Maybe not get it in.
All right. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Okay. All right. We're gonna see.
Before you get the pick, because you don't want to.
Yeah.
Be,
I don't want. I don't want that to be weird.
No.
Okay. All right. No. The whole thing's weird. All right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna keep that in my mind.
I mean, I really think, because sometimes when you get into that gray area of, okay, well, maybe he's thinking about it. I could think about that. Like, it's not top of my mind. Like, it's not where I am. But I mean, just find out if there's a spark.
Yeah. Okay. All
See
right.
if that kiss makes your butthole tingle.
Okay. That's hilarious. I hope not. No, I'm just kidding. It might. It'd be okay. It'd be okay. That's funny.
You gotta get the tingles.
You're right. The tingles are good.
Uh-huh.
I haven't had some real good tingles in a while, so the tingles are good.
Yeah, it had been a long time.
Yeah. So, okay.
Tingles are good.
All right. I got it.
So sometimes you just have to take those risks.
Okay. You got to risk it for the biscuit?
That's right.
Oh, my gosh.
Sometimes a literal biscuit.
A literal biscuit. You're right. You're right. Okay.
But I do think, and that's a good topic too, that I think a lot of people have a hard time with, is putting themselves out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and taking that risk, and because it could risk your friendship, or it could make it better, or it's going to stay the same.
You know, for me, I'm like, that's not going to hurt our friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it ain't cool, it ain't cool. We ain't like, if our buttholes ain't tingling,
That's right.
I'm okay. You know, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he would be the same way. Like, I don't think we would stop being friends.
Right.
So I really don't at all. All right.
You just got to put yourself out there.
Okay. Maybe so. Okay.
Consider
All
it.
right.
Just consider it.
Okay. I'm going to. I really am. I really am. My child has often asked me, Mama, how come you don't date such and such?
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's not with that old woman anymore. I'm like, I know, but, you know, we ain't like that. I don't know why. And then one night she said, Mom, if somebody paid you $1 million, would you date such and such? I was like, yeah. $1 million? I sure would. I'd be all kinds of in love.
1,000%.
You know, and I told him about it, and he just cracked up. He's like, what is she thinking? I was like, I don't know. You know how she is. So, but it was funny. He was like, hell yeah, we would. But so, I don't know. So we'll see. Like, it's a question that gets asked quite often.
Sure.
So,
and maybe, there could be two things going on. Maybe other people are seeing things that y'all aren't seeing.
True.
Like, maybe there is this connection in the way you look at each other or something that other people are like, y'all ain't just friends. But you two have just kind of friend zoned each other so hard that you're like, yeah, we are. Like, for real, we are. Which is, like you said, is valid. Like, men and women can have platonic friendships, and it doesn't mean anything. They can do things. They can sleep in the same house. They can go and do things together. It does not mean they're dating, or they want to date, or somebody wants to date. But, other people may be seeing things. And then on the other hand, it could be that everyone just sees how good you are together, and how good of a friendship you have, and how close you are, and how connected you are, and all of those things that they want. Like, they're just putting it into the universe. They're trying to manifest this relationship for you, because
I'm trying to do that to somebody else right now. So yeah. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Because you look at them and you think, yeah, damn, they'd be a good couple.
Right?
You know, for me, it's the way that he looks at her.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to say this, but her husband passed away. Mm-hmm. It's been almost a year.
She can move on. It's time.
No, and I told her when her husband was still her husband was still here. He was I'm not going to say very healthy, but, he was doing good. And I said, if anything ever happens to your husband, that man right there is going to be all over you. And she's like, what? And I said, I'm serious. Just the way he looks at you.
Yeah.
And she says, we've been friends forever. And I'm like, I know, but girl, there's just something about it,
Mm-hmm.
And then 6 months later, her husband passed away. He was sick, but it was unexpected. Sure. And I thought, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that, But then now that we're almost a year from that, she helps him with certain things. And I've known this girl as far as I know, my whole life. Her younger sister was my age. And it's still that way. He is a gentle giant.
Aww.
He is a kind man. A lot of people see him as super kind and kind of like a pushover, but he is not. You're really not going to mess with him.
Right.
And I asked her, I'm like, when are y'all going to date? She says, I don't even know if he's ever even dated anybody, because we can't remember seeing him date anybody.
He's been waiting on her.
He doesn't have any kids. That was my response. He's been waiting for you. So every time I see them together, I'm like, how do they not see these sparks? How do they not see and it may not be love for each other on that level, but like, how do they not see or feel the whatever it is that they have for each other? Because it's very sweet. It's not like a brother sister thing. It's really not at all. And when they do certain things together, he makes sure that she's in his area. When there's volunteering going on, when there's things happening, he makes sure, because he's the leader of the pack, he makes sure that she's doing her thing in his area, that she's put by him. So I'm like, how do you not see this?
How do you not see
I'm thinking maybe he might be waiting a little bit longer.
Maybe.
Maybe he feels like he needs to wait for her.
And maybe he's afraid he's going to blow it.
That's true. He could be. Because her kids, he bend over backwards for her kids, so, and he's really been there.
Bend over backwards for her, too.
I know he would. He's been there. When she's needed him, he's been there. Yeah. So I have been trying to get that going, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just really want you to date this guy.
Why do you think she doesn't?
She wants to. If he asked her out, she would date him.
Okay.
And so I'm like,
he needs the push.
Why don't you ask him? So,
right.
Oh, I ain't doing that. She is not one. She's not a woman that's going to do that. She's going to wait for him.
I'm cheering for you to get the balls.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Use your internal balls and ask him out.
And, sometimes I want to ask him, because my sister-in-law was like, girl, I see what you feeling. I see what you're seeing. And I said, I'm telling you. She said, why don't you just ask him, hey, how long have y'all been dating? I said, I know better than that. So,
because we need an outsider. So you need an outsider to be like, hey, ask him how long they've been together.
Yeah. So, and she's like, my friend will kill me. And I'm like, okay, well, she probably will. So, because it's, I'll tell you after the thing. But anyway, she's like, no, she'll kill me. So I can't do that. But I asked her one night, and she said, oh, I would date him but I don't think he likes me like that. And I was like,
you're like, girl.
You just don't even know. Her husband, she is 50, 49. Mm-hmm. And she had been with her husband since she was like 17, 18 years old. Yeah, he was a lot older than her. But she's not used to, dating and stuff.
She never has.
Yeah, she's been with her husband, her whole adult life. So, I don't know. I hope something blooms from it, though. I do.
So, you need to give him you need to poke the bear.
Well, I'm comfortable enough with him that I think I can. Uh-huh. I consider him my friend.
Yeah.
I've helped him with a few things lately. And I think that I can say something.
I think you should.
Because I really consider him
matchmaker.
Hey. And see, I haven't done that in so long. All the people that I got together back in the day are all divorced now. I mean, they did get married. Well, a couple of them died. But they did get married.
So the match was complete.
It was. It was. One of them just decided to check out before the other one. So, but, I mean, it's okay. I love playing matchmaking.
I do too.
I like to see people happy.
I do too. I love love.
Me
I want
too.
everyone to be happy. For my producer, Jay Lindley, I'm Leslie Ross. Thank you all for joining us. Please send any questions or comments through the website, heytherapist.com, or email help@heytherapist.com. They may be featured on the show anonymously. Hey Therapist is an SEOK radio production and is for your entertainment purposes only. Thank you for joining us. Make good choices.